Hello, you're welcome to today's episode on Mind Device, and today we'll be continuing on the topic we discussed last time, breaking the vicious circle of child abuse in the society, in the family. Okay, so today we'll be starting with getting to know the different types of parenting styles that we have. Number one is the permissive parenting style. Number two is the negligent parenting style. Number three is the authoritative, and the number four is authoritarian. Now let's take it one by one after the other. Permissive parenting style is parents allowing things to slide, not putting their feet down, not being firm with their children, just permitting them to have their free will and just allowing them to do as they like, so to speak. They are not firm, they are not they are not assertive. Is that what you want? Why are you now doing this now? No, that is permissive parenting style. Like, no, you shouldn't break your bottle, and that is where it ends. Or they even say a child misbehaving and they just look the other way, like it's still a child, he will outgrow it. That is being permissive, not being assertive, not being firm. Then the next one is the negligence. These ones, they are practically not available for the children. They are what I'll call absentee parents. They just give birth to their children and then allow just allow the children to just grow like that. They are This type of children are the children I call the free range rearing children, because it is whatever the children get from the society, from whoever is living around them, from whatever they can see that they pick. This type of parents, they are hardly around. They they hardly have time for the children. Even when they are around, they hardly have contact or communication with the children. Now the next one is authoritative parents. Now this is the best type of parenting. This type of parents, they are assertive. They open up communication for the children. They set healthy boundaries for the children. They show love and care to the children. Communication is both sided. They don't stay aloof and then back others at the children. They are friends with their children while creating healthy boundaries, while putting their foot down, and while being assertive about the rules and regulations being followed in the family. Now the authoritarian. Now this type of parents are the parenting style is about them. It's about, how can you do this to me in this house? You do not do this, because everything is about their reputation, everything is about them, everything is about, you will do as I say you should do. Not, okay, I want you to do this because of XYZ. But you will do as I say you should do, and then communication is always one-sided, and they are usually high-handed. They do not give room for communication, they do not give room for response or feedback from the children. It is whatever they say that has to stand in the family. The children have no say whatsoever. So from these four types of parenting, from these four types of parenting, we should be able to identify which category we fall under. Now let's go back to the authoritative. Authoritative, like I said earlier, is the best type of parenting because it grows healthy children. It makes children feel okay. Even if I'm going to get disciplined for what I've done, it is because I actually deserve to be disciplined. And then, like we said earlier on in the first episode, that discipline is different from punishment. Discipline is um bringing up sanctions that will make the child know that it is because what you did is wrong and there's consequence for everything. Now punishment is dealing with a child and for being wrong. you know there are two different things. Like, and I said earlier that punishment is usually harsh, and then when you want to discipline a child, you actually think things through, because you don't want to destroy the child. Like like I said in that episode too, that discipline is attacking what the child did. You know, you are attacking what the child did. You are addressing the issue, the offense the child has committed. Punishment is attacking the child directly. Let me give an example. For example, let's say your child, okay, probably your child stole in school, and then you get they report your child to you. If you want to discipline the child, you make you sit the child down. Okay, so why did you do this? You want to listen to why the child did it, because like I said earlier, there is a reason. Whoever we are, there's even a toddler would have a reason for doing things. It might not be right, yes, but then people are not mad. So even even though at the end of the day you say, okay, your reason was not tenable for you to have done this. So you set the child, okay, so why did you do this? Do you know it is wrong? Do you know it is bad? We've taught you several times that it is bad. So for what you have done, okay, then you can withdraw benefits, and then you can even ask the child to kneel down and all. But when it comes to punishment, like, hey, hey, so after all the things I have told you, after all the trainings we have given you, you still went ahead to disgrace us, you still went ahead to embarrass us. Oh, yeah, kneel down there. Oh, yeah, bring me the cane. You will not eat in this house for 7 days. You have not addressed why the child stole. You have not addressed it. So, discipline and punishment do not achieve the same thing. Discipline will actually make, if discipline does not address the issue on ground, address what your child has done, and then open a line of communication, and then bond you closer to your child, you've not done anything, you've only punished. And then we should minimize yelling. You know, as adults, we don't like it when people keep raising their voice at us. I've heard a lot of people say, I'm not a goat. Don't shout at me, don't shout at me, I'm not a goat. So when we don't like to be shouted at, why do we just find it, will you come and get out from there, you stupid boy? Don't we even get stressed from from all the shout? And most times that is why a lot of parents, especially a lot of mothers, get stressed and say, I'm tired. It's these children. It's not the children, it is you. When, okay, there are times that yes, the hustle and bustle, the stress, the chores, taking care of children is stress on its own. So why do you want to now start shout, adding, yelling, shouting, screaming? Are you? Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Yelling would only make your children go farther away from you. It will only make them cringe, and then eventually they will get used to yell to your yells, and then it won't make any effect, it won't have any effect, it won't drive it won't drive home any points at the end of the day. So let us minimize yelling, and then please, no matter what your children, no matter what these children do to you, do not curse them. The Bible says that there is power in the tongue. Life and death lies in the tongue. And then whatever you say as a parent, at a point anyway, it will affect the child. That is why we are encouraged to always pray over our children, always bless them. When they do things that are so infuriating, if you know that you all you have in your mouth at the moment is curses, then keep quiet. Keep quiet. Don't worsen your child's life by saying all sort of things. Your child has stolen, and then you keep saying that you will become a thief. Didn't you just validate what the child did? You already prophesy into the life of the child that the child will become a thief. A lot of parents say a lot of despicable things to their children, and then you hear it and you wonder, was that needed at all? Children have emotions. They have emotions. if you would not just go about cursing every other person that gets you angry, that steps on your nerves outside, why should you do that to your own children? Why? Okay, because you gave birth to them. So that you gave birth to them does not mean that you own their lives. You do not. You are just a caregiver. They just came through you as a channel into the world. God has given you those children to take care of, to nurture, to grow, not to curse and to destroy their future. That is not why God gave you to them. That's not why God gave them to us. Children are the heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. So that God has magnanimously looked at you and be benevolent enough to bless you with a child or two or three children, as many as you have, does not give you the total right to their lives. As a matter of fact, you should always be in sync with God over your children. A lot of parents, we are going to address this in another video, but a lot of parents, they just like to force their children. This is what you will study, this is what you will do, this is what you will turn out to become, without even asking God that, okay, what would you like this child to become, what would you like this child to do? Most times what the child is to become is actually embedded in the child. So when a child comes to tell you that, mommy, I want to become a music artist, or I want to become a doctor, that is what the child, well, that is what God has placed in that child to become. And okay, if, for example, if it is just the what is it called, the wish of the child to become that, why not hand over the life of the child to God? He gave you the child in the first instance. A lot of parents will still fight their children over it again. So back to what we were saying, breaking the vicious cycle of abuse in the society, in the family, starts with us, we the parents. A lot of parents, we just want to appear perfect before our children. It is okay for our parents, for our children to know that we are not perfect. We are human beings, and then every day they see us act and move and talk and do a lot of things. The more they know that, oh, okay, my parents are actually human beings, they can make mistakes too, regardless of how we want them to see us. So you want to make your children know that, no, I do not lie, and yet they've caught you lying several times. You want your children to know that you do not make mistakes, whereas you make mistakes daily, that they see. Children are not daft, that their children does not make them daft. They are not daft. So it's okay to admit your mistakes before your children. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that it was going to turn out that way. Oh, I didn't do that on purpose, it was an error. I'm sorry. Apologizing to your children would not make you weak. If anything, it will make them respect you more. Their respect for you will soar high, because if you expect your children to apologize to you after they have wronged you, but then you're not ready to apologize to them after you've obviously wronged them, because you are the parent and an adult is always right, you are bridging a gap between you and your children. You are already telling them that it's okay to be dishonest. You're already telling them that, well, it's okay to trample on people's feelings and not feel sorry for it. So in the nearest future, when they do not have to be under your apron strings, they will offend you and would walk off and not say sorry. Of course, we have some parents who would go on emotional blackmail towards their children. I am your mother. I am your father. How dare you? Please calm down. The fact that you are their father, you are their mother, is the more reason why you should have shown them how things are meant to be done. So when we keep shouting, "It's these children," there is no way you will not beat the hell out of them. There's no way you will not heal. Have you checked yourself? Have you checked yourself? A lot of work lies with we the parents. When we get things right, when we get ourselves right, then we'll be able to nurture these children aright. We'll be able to train them, we'll be able to discipline them in the right way. Always say thank you to your children, because we teach them. You should teach your children to say thank you to you when you've done something for them, and thank you to people around when they do something for them, when they give them something. So always say thank you. You lead by example. So you want to send your child on errand. Give me water, dear my friend. You do not say please. You do not say thank you. You do not apologize. And you want your children to turn out right. You want your children to use those words that you yourself are finding difficult to use for them. How? It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. We ourselves should be the example our children will follow. So you send your child, please, can you get me water? When they bring it to you, say thank you. It doesn't belittle you in any way. You are the parents, yes, but then they are human beings, flesh and blood. Let us endeavor to treat these children right. And then, like I said in the previous video, you need to heal from your hurts, from your regrets, because over time counseling people, we've realized that that is where all this aggression comes out from. So my parents did this to me, my parent did this to me. Yes, you said that you are not going to do it to your children, but then you did not work on it intentionally. You just said, I will not do it to my children, and then now you find yourself doing worse. Now instead of you to retrace your steps, you deaden your conscience, and you say, well, they did it to me, and I turned out right. The fact that you have deadened your conscience, the fact that you are justifying the fact that you turned out right, means that you turned out damaged. So please, let us work on ourselves. Let us work on our emotions. We need to heal. We need to heal. Stop making these children what's it called? Don't stop targeting your frustration on these children. They are not the cause of your pains and sorrows and regrets. Let us retrace our steps. Let us look at how we got here. What happened? Let us heal from the past hurts. And if you need help, please seek help. You can parent lovingly. All these things, they have far-reaching consequences. Whether you parent with aggression, or you parent with love and tender kindness, it has long-term repercussion. Whatever you sow, you will reap. Do not forget that it is people who parent with aggression that now come back to complain in the nearest future that my children are not calling me. My children are not, they don't want to see me. They don't want to come around. Why would they come around when all their lives you have been so aggressive to them? So tell me why they will come around. Even now that some parents are grown now, they have still not learned. They have still, instead of them to come down and, okay, I'm sorry. I know that how I trained you up, how we trained you up wasn't the best way. That was the best we knew as at then. No, they will now start to guilt trip the children, gaslighting them. If I'm your parent, I have suffered for you. When then? You are not the first. People that do not have children, children that don't have parents, whose parents died early, they made it in life. So all this emotional blackmail should just stop. Stop gaslighting your children. You are making things worse. Get help for yourself. Seek help. If you do not know where to get help from, like I said, you can communicate with us on any of our platforms. We will respond to you as soon as we see your messages. Stop stop damaging those children. Your children will never ever listen to you if you keep getting things wrong. You will keep shouting, these children have done so much, I've done so much. It is such children that would um what's it called, grow up to become either cowards. They can't face their fears, they can't face their enemies, they can't even stand up for themselves, or go awry totally. Then you see a girl being pregnant out of wedlock, a guy smoking and doing all sorts of things, and then I start shouting, after all my I want to get the word, after all my sacrifices on you children. Which sacrifice? Instead of you to sacrifice, you were burning them up. You were making them become very stubborn, rebellious, and that is the result you have. Hardly have I found children who grew up with loving parents going away. You know what? Because their parents are always open to communication. Even when they goof, the first set of people they talk to is their parents, because they know that, okay, mom will not approve of what I've done, but I don't have a choice. I still have to talk to her. So you realize that the consequence, the hit, the impact is minimal. But your daughter has gotten pregnant. She can't talk to you. She went for abortion. I womb was ruptured, or she died, or she brings the baby home, and then the cycle continues. How, but you not tired? Please, let us work on ourselves first, because I will keep insisting. We are the determinant factor of how our children turn out. Let us show our children we are always here for you. We would hold you. Let us be the greatest cheerleader of our children. You know, one I had someone say some time ago that, hey, that you do not praise a child in the presence of the child, but then you want your child to praise you in your own presence. Is that not hypocrisy? If you know that your child is doing well, tell the child, I am proud of you. I'm proud of the lady or the man you are becoming. I am proud of you. When they do well in school, tell them, make them know you are proud of them. Make them know. When they do chores, when they use their initiative and they do things for you, make them know that you are proud of them. It is not only when they do things wrong, they now start shouting and yelling and bringing down the roof. You will not get the best from your children that way. You will not. So please, let us work on ourselves. Let us seek help. Let us be truthful to ourselves. A lot of parents will still not agree that they are damaging their children. They would never agree. No matter how long you talk with them, no matter how much you speak with them, they would never agree that they are damaging them. As far as they are concerned, they are right. Even when they are seeing that their children do not have any relationship with them, and their children do not want to have anything to do with them, they are still so adamant. Let us be truthful to ourselves. The Bible says that to their own, there's an adage that says that to their own self, be true. You cannot deceive. If you can deceive everybody, but you cannot keep deceiving yourself. You know who you are. So this will bring us to the end of today's episode, breaking the vicious cycle of child abuse in the family. Till I call you your way next time, please work on yourself and stay good.